Welcome to Get Into It with Tami Roman. What's up, soulmates? Hey! Thanks for joining me tonight. Now, you know how I do. I've got another wonderful show coming up for you with my special guest and dear friend, Elise Neal. Now, this woman has been killing the game in Hollywood for decades, and tonight is no different. We're going to pick her brain and talk about maintaining your values and morals while working in Hollywood. And honestly asking her, is that even possible anymore? While I dig into a little bit of her business and get some other tea on some other things. That's how we do around here. And you know I got to help some of you people out because, baby, y'all have issues. And so that's why we have the Ask Tammy segment, and that's coming up later in the show. I'm going to give you all the advice you need on your relationship drama, your work drama, or maybe it's a family issue. But I'm here to help. And today we'll hear from Michelle, whose man has an ex-girlfriend as a best friend. Okay. Also, later in the show, I'll share with you my power minute with some words to uplift and inspire you. But first, you know where we're going, baby. It's my unpopular opinion. Justin Bieber. I'm starting it out like that. I'm choosing violence, okay? He's a superstar mega artist with fans of every ethnicity and color from all around the world. But he's now sporting a new dreadlock hairstyle that is raising some eyebrows. The style is cool for a white guy like Biebs, or does he need to be called out for cultural appropriation? That's what I'm asking today. Now, Justin Bieber has had a long-standing relationship with the Black community, and we love us some Biebs. But if you recall, he was discovered by Usher, and since then, Justin has gone on to sell over 150 million. Let me say it again, 150 million records. And even though he's considered a pop artist, he's got some street cred due to his soulful sound, which leads us to his style. Over the years, Justin has gone from a squeaky clean look to a bad boy, and now he's sporting starter dreads. Ooh, child, social media, especially Black Twitter, they ain't know how to act. They couldn't really wrap their heads around his dreads. That was a bar. So one fan said, love it, and the tattoo on his neck is 100. And once these the dreads lock up, they'll be dope. And another went on to say, he looks like the final boss in a culture appropriation video game. Here's what I think. If the boy want to have some dreads, let him have dreads, okay? Because we always have this conversation about culture appropriation. To that, I say this. Y'all know Black is lit, okay? And everything that we do, okay? I'm going to just go ahead on and tell the truth and shame the devil. People always want to jump on the bandwagon because we are trendsetters. You can't knock people for wanting to emulate winners. One step further, if you're going to be a part of the Black community, if you're going to adapt to things that we are doing and trends that we are setting, when it comes time for you to speak up for your Black brethren, okay, we gonna need you to do that too. Don't want our Black without our blues. And so, Justin, you can rock your dreads, but when it come time to talk about these killings, these shootings, Black Lives Matter, and protests and things of that nature, we need you to be doing that too. But I say let him rock his dreads, because that way when Keyshawn go to work with his locks, maybe they won't be so offended by it. You know, when the Kardashians rock cornrows, you know, and they make them popular to the masses, then we could just show up to work and don't have to discuss it. We ain't got to go down to human resources and talk about our hair no more. It will be accepted. Okay, on to the next thing. The next topic involves money and baby daddy drama. Now, I saw a blog post over the weekend that said a woman received a letter saying that she has to appear in court for a child support modification. Okay. She went on to social media with her post and said, this bum of a man feels he shouldn't have to pay $538 a month because I now make more money than him. Now, the man is upset because he wants y'all to know the truth about where her money is coming from. She said, I had my OnlyFans for 5 months and he is already thirsty. This is my money for me. Child support is for our daughter. He is a toxic, broke, bum clown for this, and the judge will definitely deny this. Okay, so let me just give y'all the summary of what I just said. There was a couple. They had a baby. The man was paying child support. It was $538 a month. The lady said, oh my goodness, this ain't enough money. I'm going to have to figure out how to make some extra cash for this child. So she started the OnlyFans. The man saw the OnlyFans and then he said, oh, so now you getting paid. Oh, you getting paid, 2 pays, paid. So now I shouldn't have to give you that much money. Let me tell you something, homie. $538 a month is not enough money to raise a child properly. This is a whole human being. It's people that spend thousands of dollars for their damn dog. And you arguing about what you got to give to your child. At least this woman acknowledged child support ain't for me. I don't even want to touch it. It's for our daughter. And if you, sir, think that $538 is enough, you ought to be ashamed. Because I tell you what I do know, if the child was living with you and you had to do the food, the clothing, the extracurricular activities, the tutoring, all the things, the hair, the shopping, all of that stuff for a child, you would see that it cost far more than $538 a month, and you need to be ashamed. Go ahead on and keep sending that lady that $538, okay? And don't worry about what she getting on OnlyFans. At least somebody trying to take care of your child, because it's show, ain't you? But you want to lower it down to $212, okay? You want it to be $212 a month? I don't think so, okay? Now, whoever is making the most money doesn't necessarily have to be the person that's solely responsible, especially when you're talking about child support. The father, you were given an order, and that's what you should honor. Okay, moving on. I've got one subject from the blogs for you guys, and I want to know what you think about it. Would it bother you if you have been dealing with a man for almost a year and he is still concerned about his ex? You know, things like checking her social media, checking up on her. Now, these other two, they have no kids, and she actually cheated on him, and he hit the ground running and got in the wind. But now all he does is check up on her. How would that make you feel? Let me go first. Sir, you got to get on down the highway. I ain't got no time for you to be living on memory lane, and I'm over here on Future Drive, okay? We're not about to do that. If you're so concerned about your, then maybe you should give her a call, because when men enter into a new relationship with a new female, we're expecting that you've let go of the past, that everything that happened prior to us, and I'm not even going to make this specific to women. I'm going to say even women going into relationships with another man, everything prior to this new relationship, you should have healed and moved on from. So if now we're in this dynamic together and I see you lurking and scrolling, okay, on your ex's social media, then I have to get on down the highway, because clearly you haven't gotten over this person. You clearly haven't healed from whatever may have happened in the relationship. And thus you're not giving me 100% of you. And I've never been one that wanted to be 50%, 40%, 70% in a relationship. Relationships have to be 100% on each person's behalf in order for them to work. So y'all can drop down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about it. But I done said what I said, okay? And I meant that. So that, people, is my unpopular opinion for this week. We are going to take a quick break, but we'll be right back. As I told you, actress Elise Neal. This is my dear friend. Like, we've known each other for 18 years. I'm so excited to sit down with her. A lot of y'all don't know this, but how I met Elise was we had played lesbians in a movie. Okay. And we had to kiss and all of this stuff. And I didn't know her from a can of paint. I just knew that she was a bomb actress, very well known. And I was like, oh my God, I got to show up to work and kiss Elise Neal. Oh my God, what is happening? You know what I'm saying? Mama, I done made it. It was one of those moments in my career. And so that's how we met. And from that moment, because my lips is juicy and people have told me that they sweet. We just became friends, and the friendship's been going for 18 years. She's going to kill me for telling y'all that story, but we're going to be back with Elise Neal after this. This is Get Into It. I'm Tami Roman, and of course, you are watching FOXSOUL. Welcome back to Get Into It with Tami Roman. Now, if you want to see more FOXSOUL content, make sure that you subscribe to their YouTube channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell, because that's how you get the updates on the latest shows, videos, and all things FOXSOUL. And remember, you got to hit the thumbs up button so that we know exactly what you like, and drop down in the comments and let us know. Hollywood is a place where dreams are made, but it can also test your patience and your strength and your character. So tonight I want to talk about how to maintain your values and morals in show business. Now, joining me to discuss this topic is a very talented actress from TV hits like The Hughleys and films like Hustle and Flow. But listen, let me tell you, her resume is long. Okay, and that's why she's the person that I needed to have this discussion with. Please welcome my dear friend, Elise Neal.
Hello.
Hi, beautiful. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing, Tammy?
I couldn't get all these shows in that intro. I couldn't say everything, because then I would, that'd take me on into the 20 minutes that I got with you if I had to listen.
Amen.
But people don't know that we've known each other about 18 years.
A long time. Yeah. When people ask me to do shows with topics about career, Hollywood, etc., I really take time and start to think, damn, I've been in entertainment a long time. Yes. So last night I did the math from going back to when I used to do musicals and things like that. Mm-hmm. I've been in entertainment, Tammy, 35 years.
Wow.
So if I take it back to when I left Memphis and got my full scholarship and was living in Philadelphia as a dancer, doing musicals and traveling the world.
Yes.
Yeah, it's been 35 years.
Listen, and a lot of people cannot say that they have been able to maintain a career for 5 years, let alone 35 years. So, congratulations, kudos to you, because that's a major accomplishment. And here's another thing a lot of people don't know that I know. Okay. We know a lot of people know you from the film and TV, but you are a singer. And let me tell y'all something. This is an exclusive. As I see it to be. She was the original Pussycat Dolls. The people had came in and stole my friend's idea. See, y'all don't know that. She had Assorted Flavors, okay? Yes. I'm going to tell the truth and shame the devil now. That's what I'm going to do. And so somebody came to watch your show and thought it was a great idea, and then took 5 other gals, that may not have been as talented.
And I will say what had happened was this, Tammy.
Yeah, tell us what had happened.
So, I created Assorted Flavors because I missed performing, because as I just stated, that's where my roots were. And I really missed performing. Even though I love acting, I missed performing in that moment. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, shoot, why don't I create a group that does those things? Mm-hmm. And at the time, I was at the same production company / entertainment company as the Pussycat Dolls. So that's how it happened. Silly me, and you know me well, Tim. I'm a little green sometimes. You know this. I say that about myself. It's the country girl roots. I'm a little green sometimes.
I'll let you
say. So I invited them to the show because at the time they were doing rock music. And that's why I didn't even think that they would even want that type of sound. They were doing rock music. They were already established as people who did like the Roxy or whatever other clubs and had a whole like rock band sound. So I invited them because we were at the same company to come see my show. Them girls said, oh, wait a minute, and took the whole idea and became famous. The lesson in that was an early production lesson, because that was, again, my first time producing something, was get it certified, get all your ducks in a row before you introduce it. Exactly. Before you introduce your idea to the world, make sure your ducks are in a row.
And I'm glad that you said that, because a lot of people nowadays think that even the way the world is with social media, it's like you put something out and it's like, oh, well, that's my content. I did it first. And yes, you may know that in your mind, but if you don't handle the business part of that, then someone can always come along and just capitalize on your idea. So I appreciate you letting people know, handle that business.
Yes, that was my lesson. I had not done that first. And I know now to do that every time.
Every single, because baby, I asked Elise to do something. Now I've been her friend. She'd be like, well, what's the paperwork?
Hey, because I've learned my lesson. I'm scared about everything now.
No, I don't take it personally. But now, because you come from a theater background, did you never wanted to be a Broadway star versus this Hollywood star that you are? Like, how did you transition? Or
well, what happened was, so I was doing commercials and stuff at the time. I was doing like the industrials, touring companies, I did Sophisticated Ladies, Dream Girls, things like that. That was really my dream, Tammy. So in my mind, I'm already doing my dream. My dream was to be Debbie Allen. Okay.
Got it.
I wanted to be the next Debbie Allen. And when opportunities came along in terms of being like doing commercials, did like about 50 national commercials. I think that's when people started to go, well, maybe she could possibly act. And I was like, I'm good. I don't want to do that. Right. It wasn't even something that I wanted for myself at the time. I started doing like commercial workshops just to try to understand it a little better, be better at it. And then that's when I fell in love with acting. It was the fact that it was
commercials that inspired.
It was a new challenge to me because, girl, my first like tapes and self-tapes was like this. Because I want to dance it out. You know what I'm saying? I want to dance it out. I was like, oh my God, I'm so bad that I want to really figure this out, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And so what was the first big acting role that you got?
It was a 1 year on a soap opera called Loving. That I did.
I remember Loving.
Yes, I was okay. So not Debbie Allen. I'm going to mess her name up, but the young lady Debbie, who everyone knows from soap operas, beautiful actress.
Oh, Debbie Morgan.
Debbie Morgan played my nemesis, and she kidnapped me, and it was a whole crazy thing. And I ended up escaping and kidnapped her and locked her up, and it soap opera.
Yes,
it was crazy.
So like a one training ground, right? Soaps are like the best training ground ever, I hear.
People say that. I won't say if it's the best training ground. It's a do or die. Like, you better get it together. You better know your lines. You're going to have 14 to 15 pages a day. Wow. And you're going to start at 5 a.m. and you're going to be there all day. So you're going to look crazy if you don't know your lines. They don't take a lot of takes. So it's just kind of, I wouldn't say that's the best to be that stressed, but you're going to perform because you have no choice.
And that's why you're the consummate professional. Now, I'm not going to say it solely because of soap work, but you're the type of actor where when you step in the space, you completely respect it. You know your lines, you know your blocking, you know everything. Because sometimes you work with people who claim they've been in the business and they don't know the lines, they don't know, so I really have worked with you. Like, I've always respected that about you. Like, you show up and you give 110% every time.
Thank you. And so do you. And I think it becomes a thing where you talk about values and morals, right? To me, it's valuable to be good at the job of show. That's all I know, is to be good at it. I didn't learn how to tap dance because I take it back to that. And I just showed up. I had to take lessons to do that. I had to take lessons to, for Maurice Hines to want to, hire me to go on tour with him.
Yes.
When I became an actress, I approach it the exact same way. I'm going to study it. I have acting coaches that I still work with to this day. If I feel like there's material that I feel like I may not be able to grasp by the training that I have had, and I've done like Jean Franco theater training, I've done the Academy of Dramatic Art training when I first moved to LA, I still believe in learning the craft. And so to me, there's value in that. It's valuable to step on a set and feel like, if it's comedy, I got that. If it's drama, I got that too. And feel comfortable that I can switch it up because I've learned how to do so.
Yes. So once you knew that this was definitely what you wanted to do and where you wanted to be, how does Elise Neal pick the roles that she actually decides to do? Because I know you get offers left and right and everybody wants you to be a part of their project. How do you go, well, no, I'm not going to do that, or yes, I'll do this one?
Well, I don't get a lot of offers. I don't. Yeah, we don't. I don't know, and I'm not going to be racist here, but I don't know if that's a Black actor thing or, I don't get a lot of offers. I do get some, which is a blessing, but I don't get a lot of them. And again, I come from theater, and in theater, you have to audition. So I'm not mad at the audition, but I don't necessarily get a lot of offers. But I do audition for most of the things I get, especially network roles or, Logan or whatever. Yeah, I'm auditioning with everybody else.
Well, what's the decision-making process look like for you though? Like, because if we go with, I'm willing to audition and I do it quite frequently, what do you decide that you're going to invest your time in with the audition process? How do you decide?
Who's going to be involved in terms of network, actors, if they already have those, and especially in this space, because I'm up there. You're a baby to me,
right? Because we're the same age. I'm a baby in the business, but no.
I still got you. I got you a couple years, but anyway, in this space, it's more about like doing something different, doing something a little that people still don't know that I can do. I am looked at as a comedic actor who has done some amazing dramas. I've done things like Rosewood and things like that. But when you get success on a major network from 2 different shows that are comedies, people seem to forget that, okay, before that, you guys knew that I had like the acting chops to do anything. Yeah. And, right now that's been a blessing, like coming out of COVID, which, that was a lot for all of us in the entertainment business.
Months, right? 12 months of that.
A long time. And I was blessed to get a couple of jobs that were not something that I've normally done. I've never played a cop before. So I was blessed to get that part. It's a movie called Fells that they're just in pre-production, coming out of pre-production to get everything put together. So I'm super excited about that. Nice. And then I have another film that I did. Like, I love playing something that nobody's seen me do, so. Yes.
Every actor loves that, right? We always want to, work those chops and extend, our resume and body of work. So exactly. And then what else? Because it's to me,
so I play a drug. It's called High Heels. It's produced by Post Malone's manager. We shot it in Memphis, which I hope we shoot it in Memphis. I might send y'all the teaser trailer that they showed us when we're done.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I would definitely do that. And I play a boutique owner who actually smuggles drugs in the heels of her shoes. Ooh. So not only do I get to be stylish, but I get to curse my whole team out if they're not acting right.
Wow. Are there any other roles you still feel like you have left to play?
Absolutely. Tammy, I know you think that every day. Absolutely. I could fly through the air. I have not done that yet,
Superhero, some type of superhero type of situation.
Superhero saving the world. I love the Wonder Woman franchise. And I'm thinking, Wonder Woman's mom was even badass in that. So someone out there in the Marvel universe needs to create that and put me in that.
Because Batwoman is Black now. My little sister Javicia is playing Batman on CW. So why can't we have, Wonder Woman, people out there in the world, Hollywood?
Exactly. Make it happen.
We're going to be right back with more Elise Neal. We're talking about how you maintain your morals, your conviction, trying to stay in this Hollywood game. She's been doing it for over 35 years. So she's got the mind that we need to dig into. We'll be right back with Elise Neal. This is Get Into It on FOXSOUL. Welcome back to Get Into It. I, of course, am your host, Tami Roman, and I'm talking with my dear friend, the lovely Elise Neal, about maintaining our values and morals in Hollywood. Elise, I want to ask you really quickly, in the last few years, the Me Too movement has been in the headlines. Yes. Do you think that Black women are just as affected by sexism in the entertainment industry as white women? Have you come across that in your career?
Absolutely. I think anybody in the entertainment business is affected by sexism because it is a business that is run mostly by men. Mm-hmm. And that doesn't necessarily mean that even just women are being, counted out to these issues. I think it's for anyone in the entertainment to be very careful of how you're being approached, mm-hmm. who you decide to spend time with outside of professional goals, right. When being approached. And
have you ever been like subjected to the casting couch?
Absolutely. I think it's something where, and I don't know if it's just because it's me. I've always been one of those who feel like I can slide out of the situation. Meaning, right. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I'm getting ready to go. Yeah. I give it a lot of that. Mm-hmm. I don't think most women, let's just keep it real. If we're going to just talk women, we're smart women. Women are smart. We can tell when it's going to something that it's not supposed to be going toward. We can feel that energy most times. We can feel that energy unless there's really slick. We can
unless you're green. And
I can be green.
Well, listen, when I started in the business, I did not know how this Me Too movement is so big now. It's like, gosh, I wish I had known that I should have told somebody or said something because I was so green. And I ended up in this agent's office who said that he wanted to represent me. And I'm sitting there and he goes, you might need a boob job. And so I looked at her and I was like, well, really, child? Because I thought they was kind of perky and doing what they needed to be doing. And he was like, well, let me see. Yes, Elise. And I said, let you see. And he was like, oh, come on, Tammy, if I'm going to be your agent, just let me see so that we can get the work done if necessary. And it felt, Elise, like that moment in Fame when Irene Cara was sitting there trying to take those pictures. Remember at the end?
Don't even talk about that's my all-time favorite movie. That was really, now you're going to bring it up. Now I got to go there. That's the reason why I wanted to be an entertainer. Fame was on my wall. Fame was my go-to. Fame was my life. Wait, I know I can't sing it because I know you probably can't. I know the song. Sometimes I know all of it. Girl, don't even get me started.
Yeah, no, but that's what it felt like in his office. And I literally took my bra off and showed him my boobs, and he came over and he was, lifting them up like this and like, well, I mean, maybe, they're all right. Maybe, if you got a reduction or something and then a little, and he's doing all this as he's talking all over my breast. And when I left that office, I felt so dirty and he's still working. He is still working to this day. I was over at the office building that I had gone to many years ago. He's got his private parking space. He's still in business. And I'm like, maybe now times have changed and he's not doing that. But, back then in the 90s, I was just so I felt so dirty. And of course, you know, he wasn't going to represent me anyway. He didn't start representing me. That was just a way for him to cop a feel and put me, you know, put my back against the wall since he knew I didn't know any better.
Damn, yeah. No, I've never experienced that, but that is horrible. You know, but I've experienced it, the tick and something make me go, I don't like what they're saying. Okay, we can go. That's me. I'm gonna run. I'm going to run away. You know, I definitely feel like if there's any woman who wants to be in the business and she's starting out, don't take late meetings, don't take dinner meetings, you know, make sure it's in an office space, make sure there's a receptionist or someone else there that, you know, you can, if you feel weird, that you can leave and they'll also see it. Yeah, you have to really protect yourselves. I mean, I hear stories, you know, I hear a lot of stories. I hear people who have representatives that, you know, they have to make appointments with once a month to do sexual favors. I hear the stories. You know, I think, and again, I knew we were talking about this. I started to really reflect. And I think my blessing, and when I first started to get work, it was, you know, right around when we were doing the Hugleys, I was engaged, you know, and I was engaged to a high, I guess you say a highfalutin director that one tried to approach me wrong because they knew that that was who I was with. So, you know, I think that really protected me back when I was, I guess you say, young and hot and getting certain offers that he'd be like, okay, well, who is it? Let me see. Let me talk to him.
Right,
you know, and I had that protection for like the first 6 years of my career, because that was when I was with him, was most of the time we were doing the Hugleys and a little bit after that. And I mean, I'll say his name, F. Gary Gray. So
I was like, come on with F. Gary Gray.
But you know, he was also, as I looking back at it, I feel like that's also what helped me, because it wasn't like I wasn't getting offers for certain music videos, certain stuff, and he would be like, okay, well, let me talk to them.
Right. And that's great, because you did have that coverage of protection. Were there any other people in your life, friends or mentors, or even other strong women that you kind of relied on to help guide you?
Well, you know, I'm trying. See, that's the thing. I try my best not to out people, but like, you know, at the time, you know, being with him, it was so many people that I got close to. And then there's another person. I'm not gonna say her name or her husband. Another person who's her husband is very well known in the business, and so I had worked with her on I forget which TV show. As you know, it's too many for me to think back.
Yes.
But she played my mom on a television show. And so we became close, because honestly, you know, my mom was a nurse. I just posted Happy Mother's Day and posted a picture of my mom. Mom was a nurse. My dad was a construction worker. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. There's no one else in my family that was out here. And, you know, not till later, my cousin was my assistant for a while. But, you know, no, I didn't have those type of people who knew the business. So, you know, this particular person's wife was very instrumental in, I could ask her questions. I could do things like that to help myself. I'm just not trying to out her situation.
Right. No, understood. But the thing about you, Elise, that I love is that outside of your acting career and all the accolades that has afforded you, you never forget how to just keep expanding and building on the brand that you've already, you know, successfully created. And now it's like Boss Elise, you know, we can't just say great actress. We can't just say only actress, only singer. It's like you are a full on conglomerate of a brand. And the latest venture that you started is Body, right? Am I saying it right? This supposed
You're
to be
saying it right. Exactly. Yes. It's a play on words. Yes.
It's Body.
Yes. I really just, you know, as a person who started as a dancer, you know, fitness and health has been big for me my entire career prior to the acting. And I do believe the morals and the work ethic that I learned by being an entertainer first, I've always applied that to being in the industry.
Yes.
But as I've gotten older, I think that definitely helps me as I know what to do to stay healthy. I know what to do to eat right. I know what to do to work out. I know what to do to continually feed my soul and my body. And again, a lot of people think it's about just, trying to look good. To me, it's never just that.
No, you've been that person. Like I said, a lot of people don't know that we did a movie together back early on in my career, and then we did a show called Bells for TV One together. And you, as much as I love you, you are annoying with this health and fitness. And so I was so happy. Like even it's like, girl, if you don't, I can't take no more of these workout videos. Stop talking to me about dieting. I'm gonna smoke this cigarette. Like people don't know that this is you. You live and breathe this. So yes, I was so happy to see. I said, finally, now she's bringing this to the world, because I felt like people didn't know that that's who. This isn't a gimmick for you. Some people jump on a bandwagon because it's working for somebody else. Exactly. This is who you are. So I'm very excited.
Well, thank you. Thank you. You know, any sponsors that want to put some more money toward it, I hope they hear this. But
how is it doing? Because
it's doing great.
And you make crop tops, and I feel like some of the outfits, I was trying to get an outfit, but the top was crop top, and I can't wear that. I'm not where you at yet.
You're right. That's the criticism I have received, and I receive it well. And so the new drop will not have crop tops. It will be more.
Then I'm gonna be right up in there, because I was like, I want to support, because that's how I am. I want to support all my friends and their businesses, and I was like, but then I'm gonna buy this and I'm never gonna wear it, so that doesn't serve any purpose, because I just can't. Right. When is the new drop coming?
So I think I'm gonna do the new drop, because I got a little sidetracked because we were doing stuff for the pilot high heels and stuff, and we did a couple retakes and stuff. But I think I'm probably in a month. In about a month, I will let you know what the new stuff is. And I'm gonna incorporate even more workout gear, more workout equipment. I wanted to just kind of test the waters. First of all, that's what a lot of people were telling me. Test it out, see what you can handle. See if you can handle just a few items and how that goes. And then, make it bigger. And I said, okay, that makes sense to me. So that's why I just did a small drop. And I will bring, like I said, more workout gear, weights, things like that will start to eventually be on there. Just even more fun stuff. I love a good baseball cap. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Different things like that will be on there. But I just wanted to kind of get it started and get it small to see what I can handle. But absolutely will not be any more crop tops. It's going to be some beautiful, vibrant colors for the summer.
Yeah. For the girls who ain't, they midsection ain't cut like yours. We got to cover our thing.
I receive it. You're not the only one. A lot of my friends were like, girl, really?
Okay, really? Perfect. So it ain't just me. So you're in some new acting projects too, right? I've heard about the high heels, but also you're going to be appearing on the Black Lady sketch show. How was that?
So much fun. That show is so hilarious to me. And to be able to be a part of it is just an honor, because that's so weird. Again, this made me look back at so much things. I don't get a lot of jobs where I've had a huge cast that I've worked on, other than when we did Bells. It's usually me and maybe two other people, and that's like the main cast. But to work on a show like this, where, it was Robin Thede, who I've known forever, and I'm so proud of her being able to create such a great show for HBO. Gabrielle Dennis. These women are hilarious. And it was so much fun on the set, and I enjoyed it. And I can't say anything. I'm going to let y'all see it when y'all see it, but it was a lot of fun.
I just want to thank you so much for coming on the show. We have a segment here called Tammy's Fast Five, where I throw out 5 things, and you say the first thing that comes to your mind. Before we get into that, though, I do want to let the people know about your philanthropy. You have been very big with St. Jude's, and I don't think that people know a lot about that. Let us just touch on that very quickly.
So St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital is in Memphis, Tennessee. And I actually reached out to them because I wanted to do something to help in the community. And they do so much for saving young kids with cancer. It's all free, which is the first thing that I think is so important. And they also do stem cell research for sickle cell anemia, a lot of things that a lot of people don't know about. Mm-hmm. So being involved and being a brand ambassador for African-American outreach for them has been amazing. You know, I've introduced them to people like Roland Martin, Lance Gross, and brought people to Memphis to talk to the kids, read. You know, I really enjoy doing that with them. And shout out to St. Jude there in Memphis, Tennessee. That's the headquarters down there in Memphis, and everything that they do all across the world for children. I really think it's amazing what they've been able to accomplish.
Woo! I had to let the people know that. Okay, so we're going to get into Tammy's Fast Five. Uh-oh. What's one role you went out for that you didn't wish you'd get, but wish you had gotten it?
The role Beyonce did for
that you didn't get, but wish you had.
The role that Beyonce got for Austin Powers.
Oh, that's a good one.
I was next in line.
I see you doing that one too.
I was next in line.
Oh my God. Name one actor or actress you want to co-star with in an upcoming movie.
Viola Davis.
Yeah, wouldn't that be great? That's it, child. Yeah. What was the most fun music video you've worked on in the past? Because we don't do those anymore, but I know you've done a lot of videos over the course of your career as a singer, dancer.
Vanessa Williams' Work to Do. Somebody driving.
I remember that one. What iconic Black woman do you want to play in a biopic?
What kind of Black woman?
No, what iconic Black woman?
Iconic. Halle Berry.
Oh, nice. She'd love that too.
Halle Berry, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, she could get into that.
She has such a range of her career, you know, that goes from all the different roles that she's played and really being someone that we identify with even now. Yeah, Halle Berry. If you want to take it all the way back, Eartha Kitt.
I can see that one for sure. Absolutely, I can see that one. What's your next post-pandemic vacation?
Anywhere.
I know. Vegas. I don't care.
I'm down the street.
Elise, my sister, it has been such a pleasure having you here. Thank you for joining me and letting us inside of your world a little bit. And I applaud you for keeping your values and your morals held high, because a lot of people can't say that. But I have to take a break right now. We've got Ask Tammy up next. Just sending another shout out to my dear friend. She is a singer, songwriter, dancer, actress, and now boss of Body Fitness Wear by Elise Neal. Please go support her. You can find her on Instagram, Twitter, Elise Neal. So
they're all at Elise Neal Verified.
Yep, verified. So there it is. And we'll be back with more Get Into It. I'm Tami Roman, FOXSOUL. Welcome back to Get Into It. I'm Tami Roman, and you know what time it is. It's time for Ask Tammy. Now, we usually do video questions, but today I've got another question delivered to my DMs, which I have asked y'all not to do. I said send me a 1 to 2 minute video, okay? Because I don't want to be sitting up here reading y'all problems. Go on and tell me what it is. Now all I got to do is answer. But Michelle's question reads, my boyfriend and I are getting married. His best man is a woman who he dated in the past. He still confides in her and tells her all his problems. She's planning his bachelor party, and I said, no strippers are allowed. But she's doing it anyway. Would I be wrong to step in and tell her not to do that? Okay, Michelle, To that, I say this. If she were not a female and it was a male best friend that was planning this bachelor party, would strippers be okay then? Because I need to know all the information. Because if they would be okay if a man was planning it, then it should be okay if she's planning it. You know, a bachelor party is a bachelor party. And one thing that's always a staple at those parties are strippers. So, I mean, like, what you want them to sit around and do? Smoke cigars and just chit chat for the whole night? No, they need some entertainment. And so let these strippers come on up in there. Now, what the other part that you spoke about was him telling her all of his business and really using her to be his confidant and his shoulder to lean on. And that is where my biggest problem lies. It's not even about the bachelor party. I feel that when two people are in a relationship, even when they have best friends or family members that typically they might confide in about other things, the relationship aspect should remain between the two people. If we have a problem, talk to me. Okay, let's work it out amongst ourselves. That way, you don't have a lot of people in your relationship business. I feel a lot of people go wrong in that area. You know, with me and Reggie, you know, in particular, just to give you an example, we have issues, and I used to go to my friend and he used to go to his family. And before we knew it, we was arguing about stuff we didn't even have a problem with before we started telling everybody everything. But then people start, you know, putting how they perceived what you said on it. And then the next time they tell it, it's completely different than how you intended it in context. And so we had to stop that. And now as a couple, we've made a pact that when we have a disagreement, when we have issues within our relationship, we will keep those things solely between us and discuss them accordingly. And if we feel like we can't solve the issue, then we're going to go to a therapist, somebody that don't need the one of us, that's not going to be biased on the issues at hand and give us some real advice on how to overcome the problems we may be having. So talk to him about that. Stop going to your gal friend, your little best gal friend, talking about our business. That you can't do. But your bachelor party, enjoy yourself. You better make it rain up in there. Okay, Michelle, I hope I was able to help you with that. Thank you for the DM. I don't want to forget to remind you all, please do a video. Put yourself on camera, 1 to 2 minutes, and let me know what your problem is. Because if you need advice on your relationship, your family drama, or a personal issue, that's what you need to do. A video. And email it to asktammy@foxsoul.tv, or you can post it on Instagram and hashtag AskTammy, and I'll see it from there. But up next, I have a few words to uplift and inspire you. The Power Minute is up next. Welcome back to Get Into It. I, of course, am Tami Roman. Now, as per usual, it's time, baby. The Power Minute's up next. Child, did you know another miracle is about to happen in your life right now? Now, let me tell you how I know. Because I know that you believe. I know it gets shaky sometimes. It happens to all of us. Get into it. But at the core of you, I know that you believe. And where there is faith, there are miracles. Listen, sometimes what you have to do is not think about stuff. Not wonder, not imagine, not obsess, okay? And just breathe and believe. There's 2 ways that you can live. You can live as if nothing is a miracle. Nothing's ever going to happen. Or you can live knowing that everything about you is a miracle. The fact that you still standing is a miracle. The fact that you came through over that trial and that tribulation is a miracle. The fact that you seeing, hearing, feeling, walking is a miracle. The fact that you have clothes on your back, a roof over your head, and food to eat is a miracle, child. And another one is about to happen right now. Okay. You know what that was? That was vintage. That was vintage Bonnet Chronicles Power Minute. But it still applies, because y'all got to stop walking around and not being thankful for being alive, okay? I felt like I needed to give y'all that. That's what I do around here on Get Into It, is every once in a while I have to close out the show with something something inspirational and powerful for y'all to hold on to and take throughout the rest of the week. So I had to go back in my arsenal and pull that up, that vintage, okay? Bonnet Chronicle Power Minute for y'all. Oh my goodness. Enjoy it, okay? Rewind, play it again, and process it. I want to thank Elise Neal for joining me tonight. Such a great interview, such a great conversation. Totally love her. But y'all know what? I'm going to be back tomorrow. Yes, I am. Yes, clap it up, because I will be back tomorrow. And we're going to get into it with our special guest, Tawanda Braxton. And you know I'm an honorary Braxton, so I'm excited about this. She's going to join our conversation on living your best life after a breakup. And of course, what it's like growing up as a Braxton, okay? So check us out tomorrow. You don't want to miss it. Have a great evening, soulmates, and I will see you tomorrow. Stay tuned, because you know what's up next. It's the Book of Sean, baby. So you better keep it locked on FOXSOUL.